All right, so I'm continuing the series on the NoFap experiment. You guys really liked the last meditation I reacted to or commentated over, so I'm going to do more of this because I know a lot of you don't know how to meditate. I'm still learning how to meditate, but it's like, I'm feeling something. So, you know what I'm saying? I can give you the little information I have and give it to you guys. But before I get into the video, please go on my Instagram and comment on the newest post. I'm doing the Q&A, so just comment whatever questions you want to ask me right on there. I'll leave a link in the description and a link in the comments. So let's get to this. So I always have, my books with me whenever I meditate because, ideas just come to my head, and the same thing is Einstein said, he would scramble, to write his ideas down before he forgot them because I can't tell you how many times I've had some great ideas and I'll just forget them. So, and it retains better in your memory when you write it down. When you put it in your phone, it doesn't hit as much. So make sure, you write stuff down if you actually want to remember it. I always have, my meditation is becoming ritualistic now. I have a red pen on the left and a blue pen on the right. Red representing Dante, my shadow, and blue representing Apollo, my angel. I was, right before I got into this, I was learning about shadows and how, like I said, we all have an angel inside of us. We all have a demon inside of us. We're both, you know what I'm saying? In the yin and yang, basically the black side is the demon, the white side is the angel. But the entire yin and yang itself is God. We are all that. We are all our own God. So for this meditation, I decided, I'm going to do a gratitude meditation. Just thank God for just the people in my life, starting with my shadow. Because the video I was watching right before I started to meditate, they said, you should write a letter to your shadow. Say I accept you, say I love you, say all those things. But I love my shadow. My shadow doesn't need to hear that. It already knows that. You guys already know my shadow. You guys have already met Dante. I think my shadow is a fucking badass. You feel me? It's like the complete opposite of me, the polar opposite of me. But I understand it, so I love it. It completes me. It's like Batman and the Joker, you feel me? Like they're two polar opposites that complete each other. The Joker fights for anarchy, fights for chaos in Gotham, and Batman fights for order. That's why that's his nemesis, because their purpose, both of their purposes are the complete opposite of one another. So they are bound to fight that battle for the rest of their life, for infinity, until one of them dies, or one of them gives in to the other. So here I'm just, there's different types of meditations. I really practice a lot of mindful meditation. I don't necessarily clear my head. I actually go through meditation to go through my thoughts because I feel like I have so much and I never really organize them. So this is the only time I have to myself to organize them. But there's other meditations where you can just clear your head and just enjoy silence. When I get to those, I'll react to those meditations too. I'm saying? I finally got in that lotus position down. It really makes sense to me now. I understand why you have to get in the lotus position, because both your palms of your hands and the soles of your feet should be pointed towards the sky. They should be absorbing all of the energy, all the vibrations, all the frequencies in the air. So that way you are able to connect to the collective consciousness. Why do you guys think people get information when they meditate? Because they've connected to the collective consciousness. They've connected to God. I'm not gonna say I'm definitely not a religious person, but I'm definitely spiritual. You guys have already seen that. I've been looking through some of the questions you guys have already asked on my Instagram, and somebody said, how did you grow up in a Christian household? And you're crazy. And I was just like, I question things, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's to a point where it's just for control. If you really want to know the laws of the universe, look up the 7 Hermetic laws. They're basically the laws that Hermes wrote down of the universe. Every single religion in this world follows those laws. They're based around those laws. I've been saying this whole time, that book is too thick. That book is way too thick. Keep it simple. Give me the laws, and that's it. Now I can just live. I believe by this time I've gotten past, like I said, I'm doing a gratitude meditation, so I'm just thanking God I'm speaking to God right now. I'm just thanking God for everything, all the people in my life. I thank God for my shadow. Told my shadow I love him. And I started going to my mom, my little sister, my little brother, my friends. I believe I started thinking about my father. Because I went through a lot of people, and he didn't really come into my head immediately. And then, coincidentally, I ended up thinking about how cool my father is. I don't know, it just popped in my head. And I just said, thank you, God. Damn, my face looks ugly as hell, but you know what I'm saying? No shame with it, you know what I'm saying? Some real shit. You know what's real when a nigga doing this, bro? Like, I'm just saying, bro, like, if y'all ain't crying, if your feet don't hurt after you meditating, you ain't doing shit. If you don't feel the electricity flowing from the bottom of your soles of your feet, you are not doing shit. Just keep practicing that lotus position, bro. I'm telling you, that shit hit. It be hurting. I never want to break it too. Sometimes I'm like, bro, it hurts, but because I know as soon as I let go, it's like it's not the same. It's not the same. It's all about creating a triangle with your body. That 3, 6, 9. Create that triangle. Create balance. It's pretty amazing. All the things people have been saying, voodoo, witchcraft, all this shit, astral projecting, all of that, man. All that's real. All of that is real. I be having deja vu. It just shows me that if I mastered my dreams, I could literally predict the future. I'm just telling you, y'all boys, the very first step is to love yourself. And then meditate. People are going to say you're crazy. People are going to say you're out of your mind. But they're right. You are out of your mind. They only live in their mind. I want to see more. I feel like one thing, if you want to get your meditation down, definitely focus on your breathing first. For me, I don't have to think about it anymore, but like one rule that helped me out was to breathe in and count to 5 through my nose, and then breathe out through my mouth and count to 8. All in my head, of course. Just keep doing that. Do it to a point where it becomes repetition anytime you meditate. Eventually you won't have to think about your breathing. You will instinctively just breathe like that in a calming manner. In a sense, meditation is just going to sleep while sitting up. It's really all the same. They say when you go to sleep, you're in a different dimension, right? Think about that. Just breathe in, count to 5. Breathe out, count to 8. That already felt so relaxing. Just relax. Just make sure you relax anytime you're meditating too. Make sure you relax. Because because if some part hurts and your mind is on that the entire time, it's just gonna mess up the entire process. Your mind has to be in a state where it can rest, I guess. In my case, it's a mindful meditation. It doesn't necessarily rest, but I still have to make sure the rest of my body is fully comfortable. Anybody who's an expert in meditating, please let me know. Like, if my head is moving like this, is that bad? Should my head not be still? Or is this completely normal? Because I'm looking at this, I'm just like, in a sense, it's kind of crazy. But, you know, like I said, I've gotten this far off base, just intuition. Straight intuition. I've gotten this far. I've tamed my own shadow off straight intuition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys already met my shadow. You know, I've created a name for it. My shadow's already made music, bro. Like, way ahead of the curve, and I'm still ignorant in a sense. It doesn't make sense. I can't even do my fucking birth chart because I don't even know the time I was born. But yeah, it seems like I'm on the right path. I still found out who I was. I have a theory that the fucking hospital knew who the fuck I was, so they hid it. On my birth certificate, it does not say what time I was born, bro. So I was like, you know, these niggas are like, oh shit, this nigga's blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas hid my shit. That's some classified shit right now. Niggas are like, oh nah, the nigga's back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is what it is, though. Just find yourself. That's the first step. Find yourself. Love yourself. Kill your ego. Kill your surface level self. I know y'all see Soul Illuminati. That boy said it in a video. He was like, yo, he had a huge ego. And to think someone with such a huge ego has become what he's become now. If that's not powerful, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, you just have to, you have to see how real that is. If all he cared about was money, if he was still in that ego, he could just post videos all day on his main channel, make hella bread, have all the fame he wanted. Instead, no, he wants to chill and meditate. That seems cool to me. Seems amazing. I was also reading that when you meditate, you know, because once again, you're leaving the physical realm, in a sense. Once you get deeper and deeper into it, you start, you know, now you're messing with the spiritual. You're connected to the infinite, you know, the collective consciousness, which is connected to other things. Meaning that spirits, other people, demons can all come for you. They can try to harm you. So you have to have protection. This one girl was telling me about this book I should read. I haven't read the book yet, but I have looked up a few videos. And, you know, this video I watched, she was saying that you can, you know, just visualize. You know what I'm saying? The power of visualization is so powerful, especially when you're meditating, especially when you want to manifest anything. She said just visualize an orb around you, a protective sphere around you that nothing can penetrate. Or you can imagine a light, I believe she said a light dragon, like literally spraying a ring of fire around you. You know, I don't really envision a dragon spraying fire on me. I kind of skipped the dragon part, but I do envision a ring of fire around me. Because there were times where I would meditate, I would close my eyes, and I would feel the presence around me, I feel the energy, I'm just like, yo, I don't like it. Like, it just feels like something's here. So now what I've done is, like, you know, I envision that ring of fire. And then I let Dante loose, you know what I'm saying? I let my shadow be my protection. The point is not to get rid of your shadow. It's not to suppress your shadow. It's to integrate with your shadow. Become one with your shadow. Look at it. That boy over there crying, bro. Oh, man. That boy over there crying. I don't know what I was crying about. Damn. Shit real, bro. I don't know what I was crying about. I would have meditated for longer too, but I got a phone call.
Oh my god, these females, dog. Oh my god, these females, dog.
If it wasn't one of my angels, I wouldn't have answered.